Hi guys, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're not happy with the GCSE, IGCSE result you've received. And I'm really sorry that you're feeling that way, if you're feeling disappointed, if you're feeling let down, I'm really, really sorry. But the thing is, all is not lost. And I'm going to be helping you look forward as to what you can do in order to improve your grade. So first of all, let's work out, how did that grade get assigned? So your teachers will have submitted a centre assessment, which is their feeling based on your classwork, your homework, mock exam results, etc. The grade that they think that you would have received had you sat your exams. Now, because of standardisation which takes place at the exam centres, it means that some students' grades will have been downgraded, and that's because when your teachers submitted their grade, they had to rank you based on how likely it was that you would receive that grade. So unfortunately, for the people who the teachers were less certain of, due to standardisation, you may have been downgraded, and that's to ensure that there isn't a spike of number of A-star grades or grade 9s that are achieved during the COVID 2020 exam period. So what can you do at this point? Well, there is a chance that your centre assessment, so the grade that your teachers submitted, they could have inputted into the database at the exam centre incorrectly. You can actually double check that. You can find out from school if the grade that the exam centre received is the correct grade and is the same as the one that your teachers decided that you would have gotten. I mean, the chances of that being incorrectly entered are very slim, but it is a possibility. So do first of all make sure that the grades tally. Now, unfortunately, there isn't really an appeal process. So you can't really go, hang on, I don't think this grade is right, I think it's unfair. The exam centres have not put an appeal process in place because I think the thinking is that most people would appeal, which would become a logistical, administrative nightmare. And the other reason why an appeal process isn't really in place is because the thinking is that your teacher is the best placed person to decide on how capable you are. And really the exam centres are thinking, look, if your teacher can't decide, we can't think of a single other person who would be better placed in order to decide that grade for you. So that's why there isn't a direct appeal process against your teacher's decision. Also, the thinking is that if a student actually managed to appeal their grade, what that would do is it would have a knock-on effect on all the students that were ranked beneath them, potentially leading to their downgrading, which again is not something that is okay, because every person needs to be looked at individually, and how one person does shouldn't affect how other people do. Again, it says you can't really appeal if you believe that you would have done much better in the exams compared with what the data shows. And so for those people out there who haven't done very much work throughout the year and were expecting to pull it out the bag when they sat their exam, unfortunately you guys are really stung by this process, because effectively people are saying, look, you haven't proven that you would have done that well. So for you, you guys will have to go and sit in the autumn exam period. Because remember, for anyone who's unhappy with their grade, really your only option is to actually sit the exams in the autumn exam period, and that will really give you the opportunity to show what you've got. I know that this is far from ideal. Lots of people will be starting in year 12, looking at taking up their degree places at universities, but there is still that opportunity to sit the exams to show that you could have got that at grade 8, 7, 6, A star, whatever grade it is you're after. You will have the opportunity to sit the exam in autumn to actually prove that you would have achieved that. I know it's really annoying and it's far from ideal, but at least you have that chance if you're really disappointed with the grade that you've been assigned. Now, what happens is when you sit that exam in autumn, if the grade is higher than the one you were assigned right now, you get to take the higher grade. If the grade is lower, then you get to take the grade that you've been assigned. So don't worry, if you accidentally come out with a lower grade, it's not a problem. You can still take forward that other grade. Really, this video is an overview of the different procedures you can follow. Everything else you need is available on the document that I keep referring to, which I'll link in the description box below. Make sure you do read that document because it does set out Ofqual's approach for trying to make it as fair as possible. Personally, I'm not commenting myself on whether I think it's fair or unfair. I'm just here to give you some information and hopefully to dissect the document so that you actually understand a bit more of what's going on. But I do really recommend that you read the document. I'm really sorry that this has been such a screw up. No one could have predicted that COVID would happen, how it would affect your exams, and I hope you're not feeling too disappointed if you are watching this video. There are other opportunities. What I would say for anyone who's sitting exams next year or private candidates, in order to sit in autumn, you have to have been registered for the 2020 exam season. You can't just use the autumn examination period as an opportunity to just enter in earlier in the year. Let me know in the comments below what your plan is, how you feel about the grades you've been awarded, By the way, every single thing I've said is totally subject dependent. So if you're happy with your English grade, fine. If you're not happy with your science grade, then that's when you might potentially look at sitting in autumn. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what is your plan? What is your next step? And I hope you found this video at least a little bit helpful.